Welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is 𝗀𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗃, joined today by Kristina 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Rob 𝗃𝗃𝗃 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. To our viewers at home, what's your retirement plan? Do you have a retirement plan? A lot of people think that they do, but let's uncover and unpack what exactly a retirement plan is. Kristina, how are you today?
Fantastic. Great to be here with you always, my dear friend.
It is so great and such a blessing for me to be with you every single time. I just absolutely so look forward to our shows. I truly do. And Rob, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking.
It's great to have you both. Again, I know how busy you are, so thank you for always taking the time to come into the studio. Today's a very important show because so often viewers have heard us talk about a retirement plan. And sometimes people think that they have a plan just because they have a lot of investments. But having investments is not really in a retirement plan. Kristina, can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I just want to start off by sharing a story with you. I have a gentleman that had called into the television show and he wanted to come in for a review. And he came in to talk about his current plan, and he brought in a pillowcase full of unopened statements and dumped it on my conference room table and said, "Here's my plan."
Wow.
Didn't even know how much was in the account because he had never logged on and they were completely unopened. So I found the one with the latest post date that I could find. And we started from there. And I said, "Well, how do you know exactly what your income's going to be?" He's like, "I just been saving. That's my plan. I was planning to save." Well,
oh my gosh.
Planning to save is not a plan to spend or decumulate in retirement. So making sure we got on the right track right there. A retirement plan is a decumulation and wealth preservation strategy to make sure that you don't run out of money in your lifetime. That's clearly what that is. It's very inclusive. Obviously, income is going to be a big piece of that. Income for most people is going to be Social Security, about 36 to 40%. You're going to have maybe a group savings plan or IRAs, like your 401k, something like that. And that's going to be another probably close to 50%, and then maybe a little bit of extra in the middle. Now, for some people, you may not have a 401k. You may own a bunch of property and you'll have some rental income. So everyone's income and everyone's plan looks completely different. Those plans also need to be inclusive of taxes. So how do you decumulate those funds in the most tax favorable manner? We like those words, tax and favorable, even though they kind of don't go together. We'll just admit that one right out of the gate. And then obviously talking about my favorite, legacy, passing these assets onto your heirs. And what is it that you're looking to do?
I love that you just mentioned legacy planning because that's a very important piece. And obviously you and Rob have some news on the horizon. You have a grandbaby coming.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I know it's very exciting and you're very passionate about planning for legacy.
I am. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't think of any greater joy. I've been told this by so many people that your grandchild is one of the greatest parts of life. And I feel like this is the ultimate reward for those awful teenage years that we went through. And I just can't wait to meet him. I can't wait to see his little angel face. And I thank God every day that everything's healthy and everything's going really well. And when I think about him, his name is Levi, like the 12th son of Jacob. So cannot wait to meet little Levi and just kiss his little toes. And for the record, he will not be spoiled. He will just be overly accommodated for.
That's the definition for spoiled, folks.
I love it. Well, Rob, I have to ask you a question. Obviously, each week on the show, we talk about the importance of having a written retirement plan. Why is it important to have a written plan versus something that you just try to remember in your mind?
Well, there's an old saying out there, and I'm sure most of you have heard it. You've got to plan your work and work your plan. It's for anything that you do. Some people do this when they go hunting, fishing, planning vacations. You spend more time on that stuff. So the harsh reality is you need to spend time on this. You need help from people that do this every day to find what the pitfalls are and help you with that to maximize your future and to be able to pass your legacy down to your children, your grandchildren, and then on. So it's very important. Give us a call.
Rob, thank you. So, Kristina, you talked a little bit about obviously having an income plan, Social Security planning. Let's talk about this next one, an investment strategy that aligns with where your risk tolerance and risk capacity are. Does that shift in the retirement years?
It absolutely does. If you're not having a conversation about risk tolerance with your professional, you are missing the number one conversation that we should be having right this moment. How much risk can you tolerate? What if we have another 2008? For most of us out here, We're going to see about 5 to 7 bear markets. Remember, bear is when the market's down like in hibernation, and bull is when it's up like the charging horns. So just remember, about 5 to 7 bear markets in that 20 to up to 30 years in your lifetime of retirement, in that milestone. So just plan on that. Make it part of your plan, and it's no big deal. When I think about risk tolerance, and I think about planning, and I think about the bear, actually think about my grocery list. Hold on with me for just a moment. If I don't make a grocery list and I just go to the store, there are all these bears right around the corner because that's where they put the Reese cups, right on the end, you know, the Reese eggs. And then they get me every single time, and all these little trickeries of these delicious things. And even worse, when you go into, you know, your warehouse store and they have all those free items that you think are so great. That's not part of the plan, but I end up buying it anyway. And I don't even know what to say other than that is exactly how it works in retirement as well. I know that's probably a really odd analogy for some of you. Most of us are going to get it, actually. But when you're thinking about what could those bears be and how could that just completely derail your retirement, think about overall risk. How much risk can you tolerate even concerning health care? How much can you risk? What about your Social Security? How much of that can you risk? I'm talking about taxes on that, by the way. So think about your risk overall, not just your risk in the market and the volatility of the market.
Kristina, thank you so much. I'm never going to see the Reese's cups exactly the same. I say bear, bear, bear. So Rob, I have to ask you, Kristina obviously mentioned healthcare planning. What about healthcare planning and also Medicare as well when you're designing someone's retirement plan? How important are those components?
Yeah, so your health situation is one of the quickest ways you can derail your retirement planning. It's important because the longer the average health care, if you have to be put into a home for assisted living, is 835 days, I believe, somewhere around that nature. That's a long time. And then you got to factor in what is the cost of that. And then is your money protected? Can they just come in and take that on a Medicare spend down? So you need to have those factored into, you know, what could be. So protect your money. That's part of it.
That's not necessarily just inside of the plan itself. That could be part of the legacy plan. So we do have attorneys that we have powerful partners, and one of those words that we could be using is going to be a trust. That could be a way to protect the money. There are a lot of rules, so make sure that you're with the attorney on that one. I'm not an attorney, thank heaven. So I want to make sure that you get all of those things in order, and as you're including the medical, I want to just share with you folks that this is the #1 reason that we see retirement plans just completely derail. I've got a couple of physicians that they're probably watching right now. Hi, Tom. Hi, Phoebe. We love you. And we had to retire them 10 years too soon because of a stroke. It has been so life-changing, not just for them, but because I care about them so very much. It's changed the way that I think about things in my everyday career. And I think that anytime you have an obstacle, you should make an opportunity to do better and learn better. And it's not the first time that I've seen it. It was just the most severe. And when I think about your overall retirement plan and what could completely derail that, health being #1, your health is your wealth. One of the fun things about watching our retirees, right after they retire, they look so different about 6 months later. Either their really bad habits come to roost, and they are staying up late, watching TV, eating ice cream. I mean, just, you know, vegging out, being awful, and they don't do very well. Or I see the opposite end, more active, more time to exercise, have fun. A lot of people are playing pickleball. That's the #1 thing I see out there.
Yes, it's a huge rate. Like 89 million people are playing across the country now.
Yes,
Who
this
knew?
is huge. I don't play. I would probably look like an idiot on there.
I haven't tried.
We're going to try this out.
Oh no, here it comes.
But I think what we look at is a lot of times it's the opposite of when a president goes into office, where they age 20 years in 4 years, and in 4 years of retirement, they look younger and more revived.
Yes.
I think we see that more than anything.
Healthier, less stress,
I love that.
Eating better and exercising, and happier. Oh my gosh. I've never retired someone and then they said, oh, I wish I would have worked a few more months or a few more years. That's never happened.
Well, because you're so passionate about helping people thrive in retirement, and with that statement that I just made, I know that you and Rob have set aside, Kristina, some special spots this week. Let's talk about what those are before we take our first commercial break.
Yes, we sure have. And folks, for those of you that are loyal viewers, we thank you so much. It just means the world to us that you spend time with us. And as you're coming in to visit, we want to make sure and offer you right here a complimentary financial plan For those of you that don't have one, that's okay. Or you think you have one, but you're missing a few details, that's okay too. That will be a second opinion. When you come in, we're going to give you a complimentary copy of the book, The Retirement Train. This is an excellent book. I know you're going to love it. I'll give you a little hint, just skip to chapters 5 and 6. That's the most about retirement because each chapter is a decade in life. And I know that you're seeking information. Also, take a look at 𝗷𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗃.com. Look at our website. We have a podcast that you can click on, listen to the subject that you're looking for. But if you need to come and see us, click on that QR code or call 877-893-5099 right there on the screen. We have a live human being waiting to answer the phone and get you scheduled. Not us right here. You're not calling into the show, but call into our call center. We would love to get you scheduled for a complimentary review.
Kristina, thank you. Rob, thank you. To our viewers at home, that number to call is on your screen, 877-893-5099. This is your opportunity to claim that spot with Kristina and Rob. Take charge of your retirement years. You've worked your entire life to get to those beautiful years. Make sure that you have peace of mind. We're going to take a very short commercial break here on Your Powerful Legacy TV. Don't go anywhere. We're talking in depth about what a written retirement plan looks like. Stay tuned.
Have you ever considered refinancing your retirement? When interest rates are low, you might be able to refinance your home, your car loan, and even your credit card rates because it could help you keep more money each month. Yet when interest rates go up, it may make sense to refinance your retirement. Higher interest rates could provide income opportunities that you may not be aware of. What works for your portfolio during low interest rates may not work for you when interest rates are high. Find out if a retirement refi could work better for you. Give us a call today and schedule a complimentary Refi Your Retirement Review.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is 𝗀𝗲𝗃𝗍𝗃, joined today by Kristina 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Rob 𝗃𝗃𝗃 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services, and we're talking all about your retirement plan. What does that look like? Rob, I want to ask you a question. Obviously, when you have people coming in for the very first time and they're sitting with you and Kristina and you're getting to know one another, what type of meeting is that? And also, would there be meetings following that before you have a plan that's designed for them?
So when you come into us and sit down, obviously there's a lot of tension on a lot of people because they don't know what to talk about. They're a little scared about it. That initial meeting is to gather information from you, get to know you. It's almost an interview process, right? We're interviewing you, you're interviewing us to see if you like us, to see if it's a good fit. And we want it to be that way. We're not going to just throw everything at you up front on the first appointment, because it's a little overwhelming. And plus, we need to do our due diligence to see what's best and proper suited for you. So it could be 2, maybe 3, whatever you feel comfortable with. Depends on how complex your finances are and how much you've saved. There's going to be a lot of factors that go into that.
Rob, thank you so much. Kristina, I should ask you, once you and Rob have had consecutive meetings with clients, do they stay working with you or do they work with someone else? What does that process look like?
It is completely different for everyone. I've had people that have come in and I've not seen a thing. They hand everything over to me and say, I don't know what it is exactly that you do. I just know I want you to handle it.
I love that.
And then I have other people that will come in and we'll have 3, 4, 5 meetings. They know way more than me. They should probably be an employee for me instead. And, you know, we never end up doing business together because they just know way more. And that's okay too. So every situation is just completely different. And that's actually something that I really love about our company, about our career, is that it's different every single day and every single person is different. And I love human beings. I love listening about people's lives and about their dreams and their hopes and, you know, those goals, once they're set into motion, being able to be flexible with those as well. I mean, I've had people that have called just right out of the blue. I've got a couple and they're in Florida right now. I know where you are. And not even 6 months into their retirement plan, decided we're not going to pay $20,000 for 4 months at an Airbnb every year anymore. We want to go ahead and buy a big RV. Okay, sure. Guess what? That was absolutely a great decision. because it saved them so much money over the next 10 to 15 years. I mean, what a great decision.
I love that. That's
Yes.
a really phenomenal idea.
And they love it. But then right after
Yes.
they bought the RV, oh my goodness, their little granddaughter was born. She is so chunky cute. And so they came back and stayed a little longer. They were not down in Florida as much as they planned. So I said, you know what? I'm glad that you bought this, because then you didn't waste your money and it wasn't tied up into an Airbnb, because you came back and you got to spend time with your new little granddaughter.
I love that. I love that. And I was laughing earlier because when you said people come in, they think they know more than you, because Kristina is one of the most brilliant, amazing women that I know. I can't even imagine someone thinking that, because you are so incredibly intelligent. You truly are. Rob, I want to ask you, you wanted to say something first. I don't want to interrupt you.
We've got one thing in our practice that I don't think hardly anybody can say. We don't have one single client that we don't work well with. It's very, very impressive. And when we thought about the other day, because we always hear about this 80-20 rule, 90-10, where 20% of the people cause 90% of your problems. And you look back in your life, I mean, I'm sure it's that way, but we don't. We don't have that. That's what we talked about earlier, is that not interview, but that get to know each other to see if you're right for us if we're right for you, is very, very important in this whole scenario, is just to get things done.
Well, what clients? I mean, they become family and friends.
They do.
Our clients do not shake our hands. I mean, they hug us when they come in.
Yes.
We're always happy to see each other, and we're there for the rest of their life. I mean, this is a relationship that you build for the rest of your life. Your decumulation and your wealth preservation is the most important milestone in your life, and what a great privilege and blessing it is to get to be with people on that part of the journey. And I just don't have one single client that's unhappy. That is such an amazing feeling. I don't even know what to say other than that's the essence of my entire career, is making sure that people are happy and very well taken care of.
And I can attest to that, because I had the honor of doing the testimonial show for you. So I spent some time gathering information from clients that have worked with both of you, and they all said the same thing. Kristina and Rob make me feel like family. They make me feel like they're only working with me. That is a gift. It truly is a gift.
Well, it's not really, they make me feel like family too. I mean, that's unfortunately, you know, as life goes along, we do lose some clients. And we're the first ones that they call. We've had a call in the middle of the night before they even called the coroner. I mean, I don't know what to say other than that relationship just becomes so intimate. If someone says that money is not intimate, they are completely lying, because it is something that drives every single detail inside of your life. It's not necessarily the money, because I do get comments, you know, people come in and they're thinking about doing business and they'll say something like, I'm getting ready to hand you over all this money that I've earned. No, you're not. It's so much more important than that. It's all the time, all the energy, and what it took to earn that money. That's how I look at that. Money's just money. I want to grow you beyond money.
It's a person's life, their livelihood that they're entrusting you with.
All that time away from their family and their friends and the things they love, their hobbies, to earn this money and save for that ultimate milestone in retirement.
And before we take our second commercial break, Rob, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
The importance of working with an independent and a fiduciary. Let's talk about that when it comes to retirement planning. It's a little different than having like your, I don't want to say big box firm, but let's just be honest, big box firm on every corner. You are specialized. Let's talk about why that's a benefit.
So if you're looking at fiduciary, they have what's in your best interest legally. They have to do that, and that's what needs to be done, regardless. But ask them, how are you doing this? Why are you doing this? How does it benefit me to do it this way? Ask those questions. Be very interactive in any meeting with any advisor out there. It's your money. It's very important, and you need to do so. So make sure that you're having that conversation. And even if it's a tough conversation, do it.
Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you, Kristina. To our viewers at home, there is a number to call on your screen. Grab a pen. That number is 877-893-5099. What you're being offered today is the chance to become part of the family to Rob and Kristina. Remember, you've worked your entire life to get to the retirement years. It's more about you as a person. It's not the money necessarily, but this is your life, and this is what you want to see for the future years, not only for yourself, but for your heirs, for your legacy planning. This is your chance to claim a spot with Rob and Kristina. Be one of the family, calling in 877-893-5099. Grab your smartphone, click on that QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That will take you right to Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services landing page. you can claim your spot there. We're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere, only to refresh your coffee and come back. We're talking all about your retirement plan. Stay tuned.
Hi folks, Kristina and Rob 𝗀𝗃𝗃 here with Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. Let's take a moment and make sure that you're on track for retirement.
So, Kristina, how much does it actually take for someone to retire?
Oh my gosh, how much money does it take to live these days?
It's a lot of expense.
Exactly. So when you think about it, we've got all these rules. The rule of $1 million, so if you have $1 million, you can retire. That's a lot. I know some people that only have a few $100,000, and that's okay. That's a lot if you've saved it. You know how much that is. And then we have the rule of 25. You want to try and save up about 25 years of your income. Maybe we've got that rule that, oh, wait a minute. Let's not talk about rules. Let's throw that rule book out. You know that it's different for every single person.
Well, I think it's going to depend on how many grandchildren we have, too.
I know we're going to spend all our money on the grandkids, so it does. It depends on how many grandkids you have. That's when you can retire. How much money are you going to spend on the grands? I don't know. There's a certain formula that I think a lot of people have in your head. I think there's a certain age that you have on your mind. Well, what is that for you? Let's help calculate that and make sure that you're going to be ready for your retirement how and when you want to.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is 𝗀𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃, and I'm joined today by Kristina 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Rob 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. We're talking all about your retirement plan, how those statements in the drawer, that's not your plan. Those may represent your investments, but your plan for your future, your retirement plan, is so much more detailed and customized than those statements. And we talked a little bit in the commercial break about the honor that I received by calling your clients and gleaning some of those testimonials. They were so forthcoming. Amazing stories they shared with me. I know that there's one gentleman who specifically looks forward to bringing you a brand new bottle of bourbon each and every year. Let's talk a little bit about him. Do you know who I'm referring to?
Oh, yes, I do. And,
We love you, Paul.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Something even better happened than all the bourbon. I mean, that's hard to even top, but his little absolutely precious granddaughter is our youngest client right now.
Aww.
And he's getting ready to have a grandson.
Oh my gosh.
And multi-generations. We have him, we have his children, and now grandchildren. What an amazing honor.
Yeah.
And
Nothing says legacy more than that.
Nothing says legacy more than
Yes.
that. I agree.
And we get to hold them, and we get to enjoy interacting with them, and you
Then
know,
she has
get
to
them
give him
gifts.
back.
Yes, I do have to give them back. Yes,
part of
yes.
it.
That is one of the requirements. When the new little grands come along,
Yes.
we do have to hold them just to make sure that they're good.
Yes, I mean, absolutely. I can totally see that. What
So
he
precious.
also mentioned, though, were the client events, and he looked so forward to them. And something that he really remembered, which I thought was amazing, but it resonated with him, you had a shredding event, a paper shredding event, and he loved that. Let's talk about some of the other client events that you offer and why people just can't wait to get there.
So I don't know what to say other than if there's an idea and it includes food, I'm in. If eating was an Olympic sport, I would be a gold medalist because I love to eat. That's one of my things I'm thinking about all the time. What am I eating tomorrow?
We may be tied on that.
A lot of clients are thinking this. A lot of human beings think the same thing. Is that not one of the best pieces? Is just, you know, food and
To
fellowship.
enjoy food, absolutely. I
Yes, and that's
agree.
exactly what that is. But that client is also a little bit of a stinker. Let me just call him out on this one. So we're sitting there enjoying, yes, we had a shredder truck not long after tax season, so you could come and secure your documents. I mean, it turns it basically into powder. And we had the Speak Cheesy Gourmet Grilled Cheese food truck. Yes, there was a glazed donut grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, just, I ate it. I ate the whole thing, and then I ate another one too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they were good.
They are so good.
How do you say no to that?
But then later on, when we were calling him, we're like, it's time to come in for a review. He's like, oh no, I was just in there. I'm like, no, you weren't. You didn't come in for a review. I just saw you at the food truck. I'm like, that's not a review. that's food. I mean, yes, we do see you all the time. We love you, and yes, we're talking to you all the time, but that's not a review. So it's so fun how those things just start to absolutely blend together. There is no line in the sand between getting to love and enjoy our clients, and they just become family and friends.
They do.
And he brought, so we had the Speakeasy food truck, or speak cheesy, right?
cheesy.
Speak cheesy. And so Paul brings what we think are bourbon balls, and he modifies them to another maybe clear liquid that goes into it that's not bourbon. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they are wonderful. So he brings them for everybody for the events that we're trying to give to everybody. That's how generous this guy is. He is so nice. He makes the best brisket I've ever eaten. I mean, every time he comes in, he's talking. He wants to bring new things. He brings us articles on our own on finance that he's read, and he's excited about talking about them. So we sit down and talk about those articles. He's just such a pleasure to be around. He really is.
He adores the two of you. I could have stayed on the phone with him for probably an hour and a half. He just kept singing both of your praises, how he loves to sit with you, Rob, and also you, Kristina.
Well, he's very smart. He knows that because I have all these men in the house, you know, I mean, the 3 boys, the 3 male dogs, and my husband, other than my little daughter-in-law, there's a lot of testosterone around, and they steal all the food. So he brings me my own private stash when he brings the bourbon balls. Candy.
I love it.
Because he knows I might not get a chance with all these guys.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I'm also thinking back to a lady who specifically came in because she wanted the opportunity to hold Zeus. Let's talk a little bit about her today. That was really
You might
powerful.
have to narrow that one down. No, I'm just kidding. But that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things when we talk about where you see people's the stress just fall from their shoulders is when we're asking those questions and we're obtaining that information. A lot of people like to pick up and just hold Zeus, and that's just so comforting for them. And he's such a good dog, and he's good to be around other people. It's
No, I bet she's talking about maybe Bev, because...
Was she the one having a very hard day?
Yes. She actually had been widowed less than a year and lost her mother.
Yes.
And she came by and just said, "Can I please hold Zeus?" She sat in the lobby and just had a cup of coffee, and what a great joy and what a great privilege that someone would feel so comfortable and lean on us the way that she has, that she would want to come in and share our precious little angel dog with us and just have a cup of coffee knowing that that's home for her.
And that's powerful. I mean, it truly is powerful. The fact that you are so amazingly open to your clients with whatever they're going through. They know they can just pop in and that you're going to brighten their day. You always have something positive to say.
You know,
People
we can
do
write a
become
book.
Family.
We can write a book on all these client experiences. I know you can as well with real estate. I mean, you're such a brilliant real estate agent, and
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, and I see how much your clients love you as well. And
Thank you.
while we can write a book on all of the amazing clients and all the amazing things, we can write it on the silly stuff that happens too.
Oh, we totally could.
It's all good.
Kristina, thank you. Rob, thank you. To our viewers at home, we'd like to most specifically thank you for spending time with us today. And again, if you want to be one of Rob and Kristina's family members through the financial services industry, go ahead, call in today, 877-893-5099, or click on that QR code. This is your time to claim that spot. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. We'll see you back 1 week from today on Your Powerful Legacy. Take care.